This is my truck that I drive. Spent the last 3 years in it. Probably 3, maybe 4 years again before we get rid of the old guy. Normally get rid of them at 1.2, 1.3 million Ks. 2005 Freightliner Argosy. This is a video for more of the people that very rare, never get up to a truck, get close to a truck or know much about them. So we got, this is what they call a 101, which is 110 inches, 101 inches from the windscreen back to the back of the bunkie. So from this point here all the way to about here is actual bed, so that the window is about the center of the bed mattress. So it's a king single bed in it. It's a Detroit engine in it, what we call a Series 60, 14 litre. So if you revert that back to motorcycles, it's a 14,000 cc engine. The fuel tanks, 2 of those, one either side, hold 530 litres of fuel each. So that's 1,060 litres of fuel. Comfortably do 1,800 kilometres before you need to fuel up. The front axle, as far as weights go, when we're loaded, we're allowed to have 6 tonne on the front axle, and then we got the drives. We're allowed to put 16.5 tonne on the drives. So on the truck itself, we're allowed to go to 22.5 tonne, and then we've got a 45-foot trailer. The length of the trailer doesn't really matter, but we've got triaxle down here, and we're allowed to put 20 tonne as a gross weight on those. So as it sits empty, there's 17.5 tonne sitting there by itself on the street as it sits. So it's a little bit heavy as far as some trucks go. There are lighter ones around. We've got twin stacks, pretty much twin exhaust pipes. Pretty much just makes a look, just fancies it up a little bit. Big air filter up the back, that's for the air filter out the other side. Comes into the air filter into here, in the big air filter there. And then from there it goes down that hose into the turbo, into the motor, into the intercooler, into the motor. Bank of batteries that are sitting there. This little doodad is the motor for pumping the cabin up, because your motor's underneath, you've got to be able to jack the cab up. There's a little start button there. Just turn this lever here around to here, push that button, and there's the little locking mechanism in here. This little tiny little pin in here comes out, and then your ram's there. You got another big ram here, either side of your cab. Just pushes up. Ball race turntable, what we call ball race turntable. It's just like a big ball bearing. But that's a double race. Some of them just have the turntables on the shoulders. The shoulders here, this is all bent, twisted around. The shoulders in here, and then your pin sits on top of that shoulder, and your actual trailer turns. The actual trailer turns on the plate with the ball bearings all the way around. There's a big block. There's a big block in the back of the jaw there, and that just stops the turntable turning under the trailer. Just keeps everything clean. You don't grease it. You don't grease the turntable, and the trailer stops underneath of it getting filthy. All LED lights. On the back of it, when it's clean, put the it's the back of it. Put the mud flaps down the bottom. It does a couple of different things. It brings the whole trailer to the road. there's that extra foot and a half on the bottom there. Just fills that gap up in the bottom and just brings it right down to the road. Just looks bigger. The other thing it does, the mud flaps do, is when you finish freshly greasing and servicing the trucks and trailers, you got the loose bit of grease floating around. Well, 100 kilometre an hour winds blow grease everywhere, so it catches a lot of grease. Catches a lot of tar and bitumen off hot roads in summer. And roadkill, when you drive over bits of roadkill, it just stops a lot of stuff flicking out from underneath the back of the trailer all over the general public. That's the stainless steel. These weights do a couple of things. They keep the mud flaps still, so instead of having your mud flap sitting up here when you're driving along, it just hangs down, and as you can see there, it changes colour as well. So during the day, when the sun's on the back of the trailer, it catches the sunlight and flicks up. For whatever reason, people still decide to drive under the back of these things, whether they can't see them or what. It's just another little added thing. It just catches their eye and they go, oh, there's a semi-trailer there, so we better not drive under it. So yeah, that's pretty much my rocket. I'll jump up and show you the inside. Actually, it's a little bit darker now, so I'll quickly throw the lights on and show you what the old girl looks like with lights.